As I traced the map to ورزازات, I found that it lay on the other side of the Grand Atlas Mountains, right near the famous Rift Country. Through the courtesy of the French authorities, I was given a military escort, and after a thrilling journey over snow-capped mountains, 10,000 feet high, to the red-hot desert below, I arrived at ورزازات. Here I found a magnificent example of barbaric splendor, where customs today are the same as hundreds of years ago. I was the guest of the Qaid, who was the ruler of that important part of Morocco. He was a charming host, and oh, by the way, I nearly forgot this, he had 120 wives. Near here is the outpost of the Foreign Legion, the real Foreign Legion. Instead of the fierce, brutal men that they are so often depicted, I found a cheery crowd of good fellows. And how they could ride a camel. In fact, how these boys in twos and threes could stick on a camel was always a puzzle to me. Remember, there's always that hump. They are great pals with these sun-baked natives. Their dance of welcome is one of the most curious I have ever seen. It started with the Arabs beating drums in this courtyard of the Qaid. Then, as the drums beat louder and louder, quaint dancing girls formed this circle of perfect rhythm. Now the whole atmosphere seemed to be charged with the spirit of this wild and strange country. The dancers started to move round like a huge wheel in slow motion, inches at a time, their hands keeping time to the weird chant that they were singing. In the shadows of these iron lattice windows, the wives in this harem look out with eager eyes on the world beyond. After going through the ceremony of drinking much more mint tea than was good for me, I said goodbye to my genial host, you know, he of the many wives. For sunset was approaching, and I knew how unwise it was to travel in this desert country after sundown. At this hour, the flat roofs of the native huts become the scene of worship of thousands of white-robed Arabs who are called to prayer by the priest from the minaret. They lift up their voices in praise of Allah